Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jacqueline and in today's video I'm bringing you the review and demonstration of a brand new brush set by Sonia G. Yes, I'm talking about the Sky Eye brush set. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I hope that you will consider to subscribe to my channel and ring the post notification bell so you get to know whenever I upload new videos. Also, come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to know more details about this luxury set, comparison with other brushes, demonstration, and this eye look, then just keep on watching. I have no idea how I'm gonna start this video. As you know, I got the Sonia G Sky Eye set right here, and I reviewed her Sky face set. It was a couple months ago, and in that video, after reviewing it and seeing the quality, the beautiful craftsmanship of these brushes, I asked Sonia G if she was coming with her Sky Eye set. And I just did it that way, just went ahead and did my question, right? Not knowing that Sonia G was gonna watch my video. I'm such a smaller YouTuber, but she answered on that video. I'm sorry, it's gonna be you will know why. Okay, let me regroup myself. And she answered that yes, that it was coming. And I went ahead and went to her Instagram and just sent her a message of thank you for coming to my channel and to watch my video, to comment. And from there on, we started to stay in communication through Instagram throughout this time. I had found from Sonia G that she is such a kind heart person, a very kind soul that is hard to find nowadays. And within those conversations, all of a sudden we saw the sneak peeks of the Sky Eye set right here. So I was, in communication with Sonia, and in one of those communications, she sent me a very little message that it was very early morning because we live in different times. I live in California, she lives in Europe. And she said, I had asked Beautylish to send you the Sky Eye set. Sorry, I'm such a small YouTuber. I mean, I watch with great admiration Michelle Wan, Alicia from Kinky Sweat, Mel Thompson, Terraline, so many amazing YouTubers. And I'm not in the PR list of Beautylish, but for a owner of a brand to look in the very far away from all these bigger influencers, bigger YouTubers, and to send to me her products, it just means so much. For you as an audience, as my subscribers, I thank you so much for the support that you're giving me, because if it wasn't for you, this definitely wouldn't happen at all. I just want to say that I feel so blessed, and I'm just so grateful, Sonia. I'm sure you're watching this video. I want to tell you thank you so much. Thank you. Words cannot express how thankful I am to you, to your kindness. I know that you sent me these brushes with no intention for me to review them or give you any, like You just sent it to me because of your kind heart. I know that. And I want to say thank you so much. I just sent you a little message on Instagram. And I wrote it in Spanish because that's my mother tongue. And I express myself better in Spanish. Thank you so much, Sonia. It is a blessing to my heart, a blessing to my life. It brings me so much positive energy, this good vibe, and I know I'm going into a tangent, and I know you came here for the review and the demonstration of these brushes, but let me tell you that I believe on the frequency, the energy that our soul, you know, the vibe that we go for, like our souls, they are just energy. And sometimes I get admired, like how I have people that they had called themselves my friends and that they know me in person, and maybe they do not appreciate me because our frequency, our energy is not in the same range. And how amazing we are, how powerful human beings we are. That, see, with Sonia, she is in Europe and I'm here in America, and we are able to have that connection just with words, just with our hearts, with our own energy. And I'm just so grateful to find people like her through this channel right here, through YouTube. I had found like Tara Lynn, I talk a million times about her. It just impressed me how much we can get connected, how much love we can give to each other, how much support, so we can all grow together, whether it is business-wise or just in a personal level. So anyhow, Sonia, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for doing these, and thank you so much to Beautylish for kindly send these brushes to me. And this video right here, it is, I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest with you and just tell you how to use these brushes and just my complete honest opinion on these brushes. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you to all my subscribers for the love, for the support. And what about if now I stop rambling and being so sentimental and get started with this review. So let me tell you something really quick. If you have never shopped at Beautylish, it is a beauty online shop that you can buy some of the most luxury, high-end, well-known makeup and skincare products and beauty in general. Actually, and in fact, my first video here on YouTube was unboxing my Beautylish Lucky extra large bag, and I got so many views out of it. It was just incredible. And I mean, I had been shopping from Beautylish for a while, and I was just like so stoked with what I got on that bag. But anyhow, when you purchase from them, and they are based in San Francisco in California, and they have the most attention to detail when packaging your orders, the customer service that you have. For example, in this brush set, they when they were about to launch the day before, they were sending text messages. If you are within their email or database as a client and you accept text messages from them, they will give you kind of like priority and ask you if you would like to purchase them, and they help you, like even if you want to do like they offer I think it's called flexible payments, so that you can do smaller payments at a time. You can even do it through text. They just, you know, ask you like, you know, the four last digits of your credit card number, just to confirm that you wanted to, you know, your flexible payments to go through that process, and they set you up. I mean, the service, the level of customer service at Beautylish is like no other. It's literally beautiful. I mean, like just the name of the company. So when you receive your box, I mean, comes like this, says Beautylish, and then when you open it up, I try to keep it as best as possible as they wrap it up. They have an insert on the box that looks like this. So you see, this is a box within a box, and then you receive your products well wrapped. You see how they even like, you know, make the tissue paper look so beautiful. And then when you open it up inside, this is the way that you receive your brushes, in a little wrap of tissue paper with a little kind of like ribbon. I mean, so much detail, and this goes to every single product. Like, I mean, when you shop at Beautylish, they are extra on packaging to making sure that nothing comes, you know, like everything is safe and nicely wrapped, because I mean, we're talking about that this company, the brands that they carry are brands that they are very like well recognized and with a high price tag, and therefore they pack so beautifully well. In fact, even like right here, if you see inside the box, it says San Francisco, and then it has the signature of the person who wrapped your box, the person who took care of all of it. And then you get usually a little sample in these kind of bubble wrap that says Beautylish. I already took out my little sample right here, but that's the way, that's the customer service that you receive from Beautylish. So going to the Sky Eye set. So when you take them out, they come in the little plastic bag, and this right here has a little label. It's in Japanese, and it says Kumano Fude, which is the brushes that they are made in Japan. Now the Sky Eye set contains 5 brushes. So these brushes right here, they are all made out of natural hair. Some of them are goat hair, they are just brown goat hair. And then here we have the only brush in this set right here that it is undyed goat hair. And basically each of them is a specific design for certain application of eyeshadows. And I had mentioned here on my channel before, I do have several different brushes from different brands. From, let's see, Eco Tools, I do have Morphe brushes, I do have Sigma brushes, I do have Wayne Goss brushes, I have BK Beauty brushes, I do have Sephora brushes, I have, I mean, I just have a variety of different brushes. I do have Smith brushes. And when I came across to Sonia G brushes, they have been a game changer into my makeup application, whether it's face or eyes. And it's just the way the brushes are made. If you don't know who is Sonia G, she is just a lover of makeup brushes and brushes in general that are made in Japan. She just have so much respect on the artisans who are making these brushes. They are, again, handmade. They are rolled, like these bristles are rolled by hand. So this is something I mentioned it before in my Sky Face set review and application and demonstration. This is culture. I mean, this is something cultural, you know, like there are certain areas in your own countries. I'm from Peru, right? That there's a cultural thing that it comes from generation to generation, and it's just you know, and it's each detail is the love. It doesn't matter the time that it takes, that they just make of that unique costume piece so special. And this is the same thing that we find in these type of brushes. I mean, like, they all have its own function, but they are just the highest quality. And what I mean to this is, like, not to shade any other brand right here, but there are certain brushes that you even like wash them and they lose their shape. They look like, you know, they have frizzy hair. And then even if you try while they are wet to just, you know, put them back on their shape, with time they just don't hold on to that shape. So this is different. These ones you can wash them and they will hold up their shade. They will fluff up a little, but they are not becoming like, you know, everywhere around. That application will go everywhere. I mean, there's just so much that they go into making these brushes, the time too. So Sonia G is not only like a very small brand, and therefore, you know, the amount of investment that they can do to actually make these brushes, I mean, although it seems like a lot, it's not like the massive production of like synthetic brushes or brushes that are, you know, yet made from natural hair, but that they are made machine made. These are handmade. So there also goes a lot of time of the artisans in Japan to make each single brush. So that's why right now the brushes, they were out, and I think they told me like in 10 minutes they sold out. So the brush set comes with, again, 5 brushes, and the cost is $160. So I know from Sonia that they are gonna be, you know, coming back in a stock. It's gonna take some time. I mean, I'm sure people that are watching this video, that they are interested, like whether you already have you know, these type of quality brushes, or for those who are like interested on like, okay, you know, my first brush set I want it to be Sonia G brushes, that there is time invest on these brushes, you know, from the time that they are made. Like even the handles right here, in comparisons with other handles from her same line, they have a different coating to achieve this blue color with the beautiful sparkles that it has inside. So all of those details, that's why it takes so long. But again, Sonia G has confirmed that they will come back. We don't know the date, and they will be also available in singles. So I think that is super amazing. Okay, so let's go into each individual brush and then application of different products with each of the brushes. But I want to refer to you to visit Sonia G's blog, which is called Sweet Makeup Temptations. You can also go to her Instagram, and she has detailed information of each of the brushes. So I think it's very important, you know, maybe to go there, because she's the one who will explain best her brushes. Also, she has great images with comparisons of her existing brushes in the line, and you know, versus her new Sky Eyeshadow. And going into that, I wanted to mention too that while I was in communication with Sonia, and I wasn't able to see any, you know, like she was showing off just kind of like the handles like this, you know, or like I think one of these like this. I just, you know, I had to just send her a message. It's like, I'm really crossing my fingers that there's a set or some type of shape for those who we have hooded eyes. And she waited a little to respond to me until obviously she revealed the first brush or the set of brushes, and she said yes. I thought about that, and I'm just so grateful, because that's what I feel, that there's a lack in the makeup brushes industry, to think about those who we have hooded eyes or for detailed job. And I have high hopes on these brushes right here, so much high hopes. Another thing that is very important for me to note, it is that because of the type of hair that is used on these brushes, they are extremely soft. So if you have not only hooded eyes, but if your eyelids are not so firm and you're, you know, entering on that mature stage, that they start to like, you know, like your eyelid kind of moves with the brush when applying makeup, and it makes it maybe a little bit of a frustration to actually apply shadows because of that. These type of brushes, believe me, they will be a game changer, and you will see it on my application, because I do have, my eyelids are they're not wrinkly, but they just don't have that firmness anymore as they used to. And my my skin on my eyelids, they move around a lot, and you will see how these brushes perform on that. So let me now get you closer so you can start with the eyeshadows application, and also for you to actually see the brushes in a closer look. I also will be reading a little bit of it, not the whole description from Sonia's Instagram, but I will be just reading a little piece so that way you can get an idea of what Sonia has to say about each individual brush. So here I'm gonna start with a chubby brush. This is such a cute chubby brush. The Jumbo Blender from the Sky Eye set is an all-over base brush. It layers even the sheer shadows and performs amazingly well as a fixer. It has extreme blending and polishing capabilities. It can fix an uneven application instantly, whether you just need to level the intensity or smooth your application. Now this brush right here, if you can see, is very flexible. It's super airy. You see this right here? How it's moving. So you can put it sideways. You can apply shadow this way, or with the tip, because it have a pinch tip right here. The ferrule right here, as you can tell, is oval. It's an oval ferrule, so it's not completely pinch. This brush right here, I think it will be great to be used with something like a Charlotte Tilbury type of eyeshadow, one of her celestial eyes. So I'm gonna be using this shade right here in the Happy Glow section of her brand new Starry Eyes to Hypnotize. So I'm gonna start applying it all over my eyelid. So it's super easy application. One swipe and you have it all. So it's really great for depositing eyeshadow. Now, if you want more precise application, you can just use the tip of the brush and place the shadow and start blending in circular motions. Now this is important for me to know. This is these hairs right here are brown dye Psycho Go hair. Okay, so usually when you use these type of hair, you don't use it on cream products, you use it on powder type of products. Now I do own another few brushes from Sonia G from her Pro line, and then from the first line that she came out with. This has these beautiful burgundy reddish type of handles. Out of these ones right here, I don't see any particular brush that looks too much alike to this Jumbo Blender. The Worker 2 is a little bit bigger, so it is not even the same or alike to it either, although they have both a oval ferrule. If you can tell, that one from Sky set is a little bit pinched, just a dash, while this one right here is a little bit more open. So this is a very unique brush. And now let's go for another brush that I'm extremely excited for, and I'm talking about the classic Crease Brush. Now this brush is a medium-sized crease blending brush. It is slightly domed and can be used to place the base color all over for crease placement. For transitioning or blending, it looks like a Blender Pro, but is a bit smaller and has more flexibility and airiness to it. Will deliver a softer application in comparison. The bristles retain their shape nicely, so you still have control with the surface of the brush. It is the classic type of crease brush, a workhorse, extremely soft and efficient. Now I do own the Blender Pro brush right here, so I'm just gonna compare these two. Now I haven't washed my new brushes, so they are not fully bloomed like a little bouquet. As you can tell, the classic crease, it's a little bit more tapered than the Blender Pro, and it is a little bit more narrow as well. They have like a round ferrule, both of them. Now, why I'm very excited for, let me tell you. If you have been watching me for any point in time, you know that I have been in love with the Scott Barnes number 62 brush. I have been using this brush like usually anytime that I'm trying new makeup or doing reviews. The brush of choice to place eyeshadow on my crease is the Scott Barnes number 62. I really like it because it is nicely tapered, is long, but it also have a way that it places the shadow really well on your eyelid. Like it's kind of like a slanted in a way, and it's extremely soft. Now this right here, it looks like a mini version of that Scott Barnes number 62. I mean, in length they are very close, but it's yet smaller. Do you see that? It's very, very, very alike. Now obviously this right here is not synthetic, and this again is brown dye Psycho Go hair. See the softness of the brush? And also what I want to do right here on this demonstration is use different formulas from different eyeshadow palettes. So I'm gonna jump right now into my Natasha Denona Metropolis eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna go into my crease with this shade over here. With this brush you can deposit the eyeshadow straight flat and then start moving it, or you can use the tip to deepen out your crease as well. And as you can tell, it's so soft. Do you see how the brush glides on my eyelid, and I can even, you know, give some pressure, and yet it's not moving my skin on my eyelid side to side. Do you see that? And in order to build up your eyeshadow, I highly suggest to grab your brush from as far as possible from the ferrule, almost all the way down, and that will give you a more airy application. It's kind of like when you're writing down with a pen pencil. If you grab it from here, you're gonna put so much pressure, tension to it, that you will have a little bit more of like either precise application, or you're just gonna deposit too much and it's gonna be very hard to blend. Same thing right here. Even right here, it doesn't give that mobility. So as far as you can grab your brush from the handle, the best it is, and that goes for, you know, any brush. And then I can go even slanted this way and apply the eyeshadow this way as well. And that's the same thing that I do with my other brush. So that's what I'm saying. I was super excited to see this brush right here because it's like, okay, now I get an amazing quality brush. Now here I come for the cutest name of a brush, the Mini Booster. It's kind of like that mini rocket ship that it will take you to another world, another galaxy. This is the perfect brush for those of us that we have hooded eyelids, and for those who want to actually have more detail work on the crease. And let's read right here. The Mini Booster is a soft but very powerful little crease brush. You can blend with precision or boost the intensity just where you need it. It's like a baby version of the Blender Pro, also quite tightly bunched. Ideal when you need to work in smaller areas or with hooded eyes, or when the skin is not so tight and you struggle to get a smooth result. So here I have the Blender Pro in comparison with the Mini Booster. It just sounds so powerful. Okay, so this right here, I can feel that is more dense. Definitely this is more dense than this right here. These they do have both a taper type of end, and then the ferrules are round. Now let's compare it with the Crease Pro. Now the Crease Pro is Untitled hair, so these are ideal for cream liquid shadows. Here I do have a Sigma E42 brush. This is new on their collection from their new detail line. So let me just compare it right here. So they have round ferrule. Now this one right here is synthetic. It's not, I mean, we're not gonna compare that quality or craftsmanship right here, but just on the shape. As you see, this is more taper. these have a little bit more of like, kind of like goes slanted right here and then a little tip right there. And this is a little bit more hard, while this one is just so soft. So I want you to see the softness of the brush movement. And now I'm gonna go ahead and use a Pat McGrath formula. So I have here the Midnight Sun eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna go into this matte shade right here, and I'm just gonna use it to deepen out my crease. Again, can you see like it's not dragging my skin? I think you can appreciate that right now. So I can go ahead and keep deepening my crease little by little, and to achieve the intensity that I want, because although the brush is very nicely packed, still gives a very airy type of application. You see right there how I deepen it out? Now I can use the same brush and place this shadow, the same shadow right here on my outer V, and blend it in and make deeper my outer V. Do you see right there? So you can either go pointy or slanted for a more airy application. Now next brush that I'm very excited, and this is the only brush on this collection that is Undyed Go Hair, and is that soft shader. It is a versatile lay down brush. It can be used on the entire lid, the mobile lid, the outer V, or the bottom lash line. The sides are slightly curved for a bit more control with that placement. Okay, so she mentioned that it's very thick and dense at the base, but that is pinched right here on the top, and certainly it is. You can see it right there. And now the ferrule, it is an oval ferrule, and because the tip it is so pointy, so narrow, so pinched, it can give you very precise application of different shadows. And to be honest with you, from my brush collection, I don't have another brush that has this very pinch type of ending that is natural goat hair, but I'm gonna compare it to Worker Pro. So the ferrule of Worker Pro, it's a little bit more pinch than the soft shader brush. How pinch this one is. Now the tip ends pretty much alike to each other, but this one right here, the Worker Pro, is not as densely packed as this soft shader brush. This one is more, shouldn't say flimsy, but it doesn't have as much hairs packed at the ferrule. So you see how it moves and it opens up easily. This one right here, you see the density right there. I think you can see it. And then the tip, this tip right here, it is a lot more flat. This is a little bit more airy. Okay, so I'm excited to use this brush right here because on my latest haul, you have seen that I had bought the Tom Ford Golden Peach Cream and Powder Eye Color. So I have it right here, and I only swatched it during my whole, video, but I haven't been able to use it. Now with this type of Undyed Go Hair, this is specifically white side coho go hair, but any undyed one, you can use cream products, and here I have a cream product. So I just took it out of the package, and I'm really excited because this is gonna be the first time that I'm gonna try it here in camera. So I'm just gonna use one of the flat parts from the brush, and I'm just gonna put it directly in, and I think I pick up plenty of eyeshadow. I'm gonna apply this eyeshadow right here on my the middle part of my eyelid, and then I'm just gonna take it to my inner part of my eyelid. And as you can tell, I can use the actual tip, and the tip is very flexible, as you can tell, to actually get into that inner kind of corner, to the inner part of my eyelid. Now with this brush right here, you can also use it to apply your eyelid primer, or you can also use it with your concealer. And now with the tip, I'm able to kind of flick it out, and that way it blends in with this end right here. And now here we go with the fun part. with this same brush, I can use the actual powder from this eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go ahead and use it with the side that is completely clean. I'm just gonna grab it right here. Here you go. You pick up plenty of product, and I'm just gonna apply it over top. Give me just a little bit of sparkles, and then I can just turn the brush and just keep blending on this side. You see that? Now I want to go back to the Jumbo Blender brush, and you're gonna tell me why. Because right now it doesn't look like there's any harsh line, but I want to really kind of blend in that edge. So I'm gonna go back to my Pat McGrath Midnight Sun palette, and I'm gonna go to this shade right here. This brush right here is kind of like she said, it's like a fixer-upper type of brush, or kind of like an eraser. So I'm just gonna take it right there, and I'm just gonna blend a little more. And you see right there, there's no harsh lines. Now the last brush is the Flat Definer. It's a mini shader, a smudger, and a flattened pencil brush. It's flat and thin, but with enough density to remain stable at the tip and achieve a neat and even application. It has just the right flexibility and softness at the tip to not pull or skip on the skin. And now this brush right here is another brush that it makes me really excited. Again, if you have been following me, you have seen which brushes I tend to go for when I review makeup. Okay, so this tip right here is tiny, it's super small. As you can tell, the ferrule is pinch, and it's not extremely dense. It has some density, but it has a lot of good flexibility right here. You see how flexible it is? And yet how thin and pointy it ends. So that tells you that this right here is gonna work great to line up. Let's go ahead and try this brush right here. And for that, I'm gonna be using another eyeshadow palette, and this is the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde eyeshadow palette. And I'm gonna be using the shade Galaxy. It's this shade right here. Okay, so let's see how much it picked up. Maybe pick up enough. And I'm just gonna apply it on my inner corner as a highlighter, and then right here on my brow bone. Now I want to reuse this brush right here to do my lower lash line, and for that I'm gonna clean it up right here on this microfiber kind of towel. And this is something that I showcased on while I was doing my review on the Sky Face Set brushes. And if you want me to do how do I clean my brushes, how do I take care of my high-end brushes, my luxury brushes too, I will be happy to do a video. Leave it on the comments below. But this is a really good way to keep your brushes in good shape, and you know, just maintain them, because these are obviously an investment, and an investment you have to take good care of. Now I'm gonna jump again to the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette, and I'm gonna go into this shade right here. I'm just gonna try to use the tip of the brush, and now I'm gonna apply it on my lower lash line. I'm gonna be using this shade right here on top of the other shade. Now I do have very sensible eyes. I do have a lot of allergies, so my eyes water really easy. And this brush right here, it is very, very soft. So it's not pulling my skin, it's not making it, you know, like going like, it's painful. No, very, very soft. Okay, using this same dark shade right here, I'm gonna take it on my lash line right here, and I'm just gonna create kind of like a little, like a wing. Now that I'm done with this eyelid, I will go off camera, finish this eye, finish my eye look, and I will be right back with you to give you my final thoughts about the Sonia G Sky Eye Set. Okay, my friends, so now that I'm completely done applying my eyeshadows with the Sky Eye set, I think I have my final thoughts. And I think, personally, I'm not a makeup artist. I am just a makeup enthusiast. I do love makeup. I love drawing. I love painting in canvas. That's something that I have been always loved to do. And I have very much great appreciation for brushes. And I have to tell you that sometimes it is extremely hard to actually get a set of brushes that can do everything that you want and achieve that look with just a few brushes. I mean, if you take a look right here on my station, I do have brushes, like so many brushes. And I know that you can be a collector, but if you're not a collector and you're just planning to invest in good brushes, I will definitely say that yes, Sonia G is the way to go. Now, obviously, like I said, it is an investment, but let's be honest, sometimes we buy, as you can tell, I love luxury makeup too. So we buy this expensive makeup, or we just buy a ton of like drugstore makeup, like different eyeshadow palettes here and there, and you know, or face products, and by the bunch, and we just accumulate so much, right? I think we don't come across to that point of saying like, this makeup in a few months or in 1 year or 2 years at the most will expire, and then it will go to trash. I mean, if you were one of the ones that, you know, like completely use it, good. But otherwise, you will throw it away. While makeup brushes, for good makeup brushes, they will last you for a long time, taking good care out of them. So they will never expire. Therefore, it is an investment that you can actually rely on for better makeup application. Now, in a specific with this Sky Eye set, I think it is the perfect brush set. This is your workhorse right here, because as you could tell from my application, I was able to create all these eye look right here with just 5 brushes. Better than that, it is that these brushes right here are great for those of us who have very sensible eyelids, that our skin on our eyelids are not very firm, and mostly for those of us that we have hooded eyes. So for those of us that we have hooded eyes, we need detail brushes. Otherwise, it's just, you know, we create kind of like a mud. And if you don't have that finesse on how to grab the brush from this end right here, and you have too much pressure, then you just end up with a big mud. And sometimes that can make you afraid to use your makeup and to get use out of it, because it's like, I cannot get that perfect application. Also, if you're a person that, you know, is very much into makeup and likes detail work, this brush set will do for you. I know the price is high, but once again, I mean, doing the math and the many times that you will use it, and for the many years that it will last you, and then also that they are a collector pieces. These are collector pieces because, I mean, to find this type of craftsmanship, you know, it's, I mean, we're talking about, this is art. This is something that somebody has taken off their time and roll these bristles by hand, put it on the ferrule. I mean, there's so much detail, and there's so much knowledge also from Sonia G. She's a collector of brushes. So she has gone into studying each of the brushes and see what works for her and what doesn't. So I'm extremely happy with this set. If I have to tell you, like, what should I invest before, instead of picking so many brushes from different brands, I will say just go ahead and purchase these ones. I know it's a huge investment. I know that you will be like, wow, you're telling me to, you know, put down $160. Again, it's an investment. And if you want to make a good investment, something that it will not go into trash, then these are it. I mean, it makes total sense. Aside that how beautiful they are, I mean, you have seen on my application that this will be my front right here, right now. And I'm so happy, Sonia, that you came out with brushes that have really beautiful length so that they can work for those who have mature eyes and also hooded eyes. Thank you so much, and this message goes to you, Sonia. Thank you so much for thinking on people like us, and I just look forward to see what's new in your line. I don't know what other prediction can be right here. I don't know, maybe some more detailed brushes, who knows. I know she will surprise us with different brushes in 2020, but I think these brushes right here, I will totally recommend. These have my stamp of approval. You have seen on the application, and you're going to be able to see them in so many other reviews of mine, because I know I will get good use out of these brushes. Again, perfection. If I have to tell you which one I like the most, it's really hard. I mean, I love these because this will give me an even, easy, fast application of all over the lid eyeshadow. If I have to fix something up or erase something, this will give it to me. This is the Jumbo blender, so super cute. This brush right here, this is the classic Crease. Amazing for placing shadow, for blending, is super airy. For detail, finally, this right here, I love the name, the mini booster, that, you know, the one that will take you in a rocket ship. And it's been said, okay, I'm a woman that I am 5 and a cherry, okay? I don't have that much height, but my mom always told me, you know, whenever they make fun of you, remember that the finest perfumes, they come in very small bottles, and they are potent. And this is the same way I feel with this mini booster. Small but potent. Small, but you know, it takes you to places, and you can make of your eyeshadow look be wonderful. And then this right here, I mean, I know that out of all these brushes you only get one that is Untitled hair, but I think that's enough. I mean, for the times that I use a cream product on my eyelids, this is more than enough. And then this little one right here, like I said, I don't have any other one in my collection. This is extremely soft, and it will just give you an immaculate application, inner corner, right here on the top. And then the way that it just is so sharp, so pointy, but yet no pokey, nothing that it will, you know, irritate your skin, that you can make the finest line. I mean, you have it. I mean, you don't even need to my point of view, you don't even need a pencil brush, because the way that these the flat definer ends is just perfect for, you know, a defined line. I mean, you have it all right here. So anyhow, my friends, I think this is it for my video. This wraps it up. Yes, if you want to go ahead and make an investment, go ahead and do it. And this video, once again, is not sponsored. I'm not in the PR list of Beautylish. This is just a gift from Sonia to this girl right here on this side of the world for her, and I am so thankful and grateful. I'm so grateful with you, my subscribers. And if you're new here and if you enjoy this video right here, do not wait too long. Just look under this screen, subscribe to my channel. I have great content here for you. If you're a new subscriber, or if you have been subscribed to my channel for a long time, do not forget, very important, ring the notification bell, because that's the only way that YouTube will let you know whenever I upload new videos. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with somebody else that may like this type of videos. Come and check my Instagram. You'll see close-ups of these brushes as well as other makeup. It will be great if I can grow my family also on Instagram. Your support is so much appreciated. And the most important part, I would love to read your comments. Let me know, have you tried Sonia G brushes? What are your favorite brushes? What do you like about this set? Or anything that you want to comment, just share it with me. I love to read your comments, and I greatly appreciate your time. And once again, from my heart, thank you so much for your support. Until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.